to show you how I go from start to finish to make a shirt. So for this project, we're going to be using this snake fabric. My son picked it out of my fabric stash. He has to have a shirt made out of this fabric. And that's usually how I start a project. I pick a fabric and then I just go and pick what the coordinates are going to be. So I take it to my fabric stash. I have a color swatch card. I see, maybe I could buy some of these to coordinate. Or I see what I already have. It might work with black, might work with gray, not that green. This blue matches really well with that blue snake. And this yellow. And actually, I think I might pull out this gray too, just to give us some not so bright options. So we're going to go ahead and put all these fabrics into Thinksy and see what they're going to look like on our shirt. We'll pick a pattern or maybe a couple of different patterns and see what we like best. So let's do that. All right, so now that we have our fabrics, what we're going to do is put the fabrics into Thinksy, which is really easy. You just lay out. Thinksy has solid colors in the app, but I like to just take pictures of my solid colors because then it's exact and I don't have to worry about whether it's the right color of my fabric or not. So you lay it out nice without any wrinkles, and then you just take a picture of it. So we've got one. And with solid colors, you don't really need to take a large picture. You don't have to get a ton of fabric in there. But with a print like this, you want to take a picture about the size that you're going to need for your pattern, because you're going to want to scale that in or out, and you're going to need to fill the whole pattern, fill the whole section in your pattern with this fabric. And if you take too small, say you just take a picture of a little square, then it's not going to fill in your whole template, and you're going to have to make it bigger to fill the section, and then it's not going to be to scale. It's going to be too big. The scale will be too big. So when you're taking a picture of fabric that's printed, just take the biggest picture you possibly can. So I've taken a picture of about, I don't know, 1/4 of a yard. And just take pictures of all your fabrics. I'm using really small patterns, little kids patterns, so I don't need a huge area to fill my pattern. All right, so that was really easy. So now I'm going to show you how to put those pictures into the app. All right, so now that we have pictures of all of our fabrics, all we need to do is upload them into Thinksy. So I'm going to open Thinksy, and it will take you to the home page. And on the home page, there are 4 boxes: Start a Project, My Designs, My Templates, and Completed Projects. And to upload fabrics, you're going to put My Designs. And you want to put in a new design. And you select a photo from your phone. So I'm going to select these stripes. Now it's important when you're doing a print, when you crop it to square, because when Thinksy puts it into the pattern, it's always going to crop it to square. So if you have a tall rectangle, it's going to shrink it down to a square. If you have a wide rectangle, it's going to shrink it down to a square. That's not the same when you're putting in your patterns, your line drawings, but when you're filling something, you have to fill it with a square. So when you crop, make sure you crop your fabric to a square, and then crop it, name it, and there you have it. There's one fabric. So you go through and you put in all 4 of the fabrics that you have. And then we're going to start designing. So the other day I made this recording and apparently I never pressed record, and so we're going to make it all over again on this new day. So I'm going to show you how to now put the line drawing from your pattern into Thinksy. And you can do that a couple of different ways. You can draw your own pattern, you can trace a pattern that doesn't have a very good line drawing, but I'm going to show you 2 ways to get your line drawing into your pattern that are probably going to be the most common for everybody. So first, you can go to the pattern company's website, and a lot of the patterns list the line drawing right on their website, and that makes it really easy to put it into Thinksy and do your mock-ups. The other way is that you can have your pattern. A lot of people have their patterns on their phone to put them into a projector or to print them from their phone, things like that. So if you have your pattern on your phone, you can just open your pattern in your phone to the line drawing, which is usually better quality than on the website and will work better. And then you can take a screenshot and upload that to Thinksy. So we're going to try the first one. We're going to open Mizuzu Patterns. We're going to go to the Shift T. So I just went to their website. Here I am going to the Shift T. Clicking. And I'm opening this picture. Now I'm going to zoom in on it. And I want this short sleeve one. And I'm going to take a screenshot. Screenshot. And now all I have to do is open Thinksy, go into My Templates to add a new template. You can see I've already put it in there, but I'm going to show you how to do it. So you go to your camera, you can look for your screenshot, and here's my screenshot. So now I'm going to crop it. Now this is one where you don't have to crop to a square. This pattern is kind of square, so I'm just going to crop it mostly square. Crop. I'm going to call this my Shift T number 2 and save it. So that's one way that you can do it. Now if that doesn't work for you, if they don't have a line drawing on their website, or if the line drawing is just not high quality enough, it's really blurry and not working very well, then you're going to have to go and open your pattern on your phone. So I have this app called Xodo, Xodo, and that's where all my file storage is. It works really well. I can edit patterns in it. I can do a lot of different things. So I'm going to go to my Shift T down here. OPQRS Shift. These are all screenshots. I guess I better. Okay, so Shift Kids Tutorial. And it's already opened. Here's my pattern. You can see the pattern, but they've got a nice line drawing right here. So just for the sake of this, I'm going to do the long sleeve, just in case later I want to do a long sleeve version. So I'm going to screenshot that. Nope, I'm not. Apparently I'm turning off my phone. I know how to do a screenshot on my phone. Now you know the pattern. I mean the screenshot. And then the same thing. I can just go into Thinksy. I'm already in my uploaded template, so I just add a new one, go to my photos, go to my screenshots, then I crop it. Here I am with the long shift, I'll call it. Save it. All right. They are taking a second. There they are. Now we go to start our project. So for this kid's shirt, I want the short sleeve. And I'm going to, you can zoom in. I know on the iPhone, you can't, this zoom feature is not available, but on Android you can zoom it in if you need to make it bigger. And now I'm going to not select a color, I'm going to go in and select my snakes because that's what we're trying to use, is this snake fabric. Oh, that looks good. So I'm going to put my snakes in my main area. I really like this shift pattern. It's, you can put more colors in it, more coordinates, and it still looks simple. It's not too much. So then I'm going to go back to my gray, which I really liked. And maybe, I mean, we could do it all gray. That doesn't look too bad. And since I have my charcoalish ribbing, I'm just going to go and use my cursor to fill that. It's not very dark. My ribbing is a lot darker. Probably more like that. Not black, but quite charcoal. So then we can save that if we wanted to use one of those. So now let's try it with the blue. So I kind of liked, I don't know, maybe just a blue on the sleeve with those snakes. Because I don't want it all blue, that's a little too bright, even though my son who wants these snakes is a really bright personality, so I try not to go too dark with his clothes. It doesn't quite fit him. Maybe we could just do gray and a little bit of blue. I kind of like that. Here we are. So I'm going to save that one too. I really like it. And I'm just going to try one more thing with this Shift T, probably with the yellow. Just to see what it looks like. I'll turn off my cursor. Turn it. It's kind of a bigger stripe. And I like the yellow too. I mean, there are so many options with this. We saved that one. And I'm going to try one more thing with the blue. I'm going to do the blue with this gray on this sleeve. I don't know, maybe not quite simple enough. That might be one of my favorites. Or, oh, now I gotta try one more thing. See, with Thinksy, the options are endless. I just want to see what every single combination I could possibly use will look like. And then I really just have too many options to choose from. That can get me into trouble too. So I'm gonna fill this gray and then just a little bit of blue down there. I like that too. You know, I really just have a hard time matching these snakes to anything. Because it's hard to tell that the blue and the yellow snake, which is what we're trying to match with here, are really on there. They're not a really prominent color. For some reason it doesn't stick out. So it almost looks like it doesn't quite match, but those colors really are there. But I've tried to put green and that red with it, and I just don't love it. And you can't do green and red because that's Christmassy. So, alright, well, we have a ton of options of what we want to make. We have our kitefold tee, we have our shift tee. I don't know, looking at this right now, I think I might choose the shift tee. It's one of my new favorite patterns right now. So there you have it. That is how you upload your line drawing. Super easy, super quick. The part that's not really quick is trying out all the 100 different combinations that you can use, which is really fun, but also, like I said, gives me way too many choices. Alright, so we can try some other things, like if we wanted to try another pattern. I'm going to try the kitefold tee. And let's just, usually with the kitefold tee, I like to put my print in the middle and on the side, or maybe even this side. Depends on the day, which one I want it to be in. I've made quite a few of them, but I really do like that gray. So I'm going to put the gray here and the gray on this sleeve, and then maybe I'm going to try that yellow this time. I think the yellow stripe might work pretty well. It doesn't have to be exact, but this one is pretty big, so I'm going to shrink it just a little. And I actually like the yellow and the gray too. The blue and the gray, the yellow and the gray. The yellow might look, I don't know. Let's save this one. I think I forgot to save the other one. And we already have our charcoal in there. We can go in, make sure the very tip is in the space of the area that you want to fill, and then go ahead and fill it, and then save it. I actually really like that one. But I really liked the other blue one too. So let's try the kitefold tee again with the blue instead of the yellows. Turn off my cursor there. Whoops. Oh gee. I kind of like it with the blue too, but I think I'm filling the yellow right now. So we'll save this one. And I save them because then when I go into my completed projects, I can look at all of the ones that I've done all together in the same place. So it's really easy to compare that way. So there's that. If we wanted to try kind of a different combination, maybe we wanted to put blue. I don't know. I really liked the yellow. So maybe we want to put 4 colors in this one. Maybe we want to put the yellow and then add back in that gray. I don't know, maybe down here and on this sleeve. So then we've got blue and yellow and gray and snakes, and then the snakes will probably be on the back too. That's kind of a lot. I'm not sure if it's pulling the snakes in and matching with that red very well. But I'll save it. We'll keep that one. I think we might need more snakes. I want that to be the feature. So instead of going in and choosing snakes again, kind of a trick I like to do, at least on the Android app, this works really well, is you edit that snake, and then whatever you just edited, now I can fill that snake pattern somewhere else. So it's just kind of a trick that works. I don't think it works on the iPhone app, but it does work on the Android app, that it will take you to now you will be able to fill whatever you just edited with. So if I wanted to now fill with this yellow, I just long press and edit it, and then now I can fill it somewhere else without even having to go back in and choose the yellow. So that's kind of a trick that I use a lot actually. Oops. Let's try gray here. I even kind of like that. The mock-ups that I was doing before didn't have gray at all, so I'll show you one of those. I was doing yellow and blue and snakes, and it was just, why do I keep selecting pick color? It's because I'm talking and trying to work at the same time. Multitask. So I was doing things like, let's see, take out the gray, fill in some snakes, add in the yellow, I had yellow down here, and then the blue, and then I think I put yellow up on the sleeve too. So these are the kind of things that I was doing earlier. and I just didn't love them. So I really am liking this gray with the blue, and even, yeah, I think that just looks really good together. So let's go in and see home, our completed projects. So you can see all the ones that I've been doing, and these blank ones are just loading. So let it load for a second. And I really like, I don't know, I'm liking the blue and the gray. Shift T, actually. So that might be what we're going to go with. And that's how I go from thinking of a project, picking a fabric, picking coordinates, putting it all into Thinksy, and then deciding what to sew. And I'll show you how it turns out.